Welcome Friday Focus, December 23rd, 2016. We have one more before the year's end. Merry Christmas to your family. Today I want to talk about some basic concepts and how we apply them to our progress and to our growth. We talked about in business, we're growing our business, we're a growth business. One thing to accept the fact is that we are a growth business. There's only three ways to grow your business. Number one is increase your new customers. Number two, increase the size of sale, which for us could be rebuying or even booking them for a procedure, or doing the procedure the same day, or converting another service. Number three is customer for life or repeat buyers. And that's rescheduling. So for new patients, that's what the marketing department does, and that's what you're doing on the floor when you're learning how to get referrals and how to do content marketing. Increasing the size of the sale, it could be zero because you didn't deliver a brand promise and told them that we couldn't do it today. Or it could be somebody you do the same day mapping on and get them into production within a week. It could be somebody that's a derm patient that's converted to veins or vice versa. And repeat buys, that's rebooking your Botox patients, rebooking your patients for veins for their follow-up visits, rebooking your hormone patients and the cosmetic patients. Those are the only three ways. Then we look at it, there's a process, we'll call it the MerryGoRound process. And I think everybody here has either been on a merry-go-round or has kids that go on it. And the merry-go-round, in order to get the merry-go-round going faster and faster and getting momentum, there's two approaches to it. One approach is to stand there and apply a real consistent, perfect energy. Pulling the merry-go-round, get some kids on there, starts out slow, gets moving faster and faster, gets momentum, more and more strength, you're pulling it faster. It keeps increasing its speed. Now it's accelerating, has momentum, so it keeps turning if you step away for a moment, but you keep pulling it, and it keeps going faster and faster. And that's the consistent way to get the merry-go-round going. But if you take an inexperienced child, a 5-year-old child, what are they going to do? They're going to grab hold of the bar, just run like hell, get it going really fast, quickly, and then they're going to fall and drag it until it stops. And they're going to get up again, and they're going to run like hell, get it going, and they're going to fall and drag until it stops. And that's an inconsistent way. And for us to grow our business, we got to just be like the merry-go-round that's consistent. Just keep adding energy. Keep doing little tiny changes that keep the momentum going. We look at processes we've done, and we can tweak them. We look at getting people into production same day, tweak it. Change our marketing process, tweak it. Move from a marketed business, referral business, tweak it. Increase the size of sale, rebook our patients, tweak it, keep getting it going. And the momentum and acceleration keeps going up. If we just find some magical marketing system or some amazing way to get a flash sale or some big new event like we did with the giant open houses in the past, that's like the 5-year-old kid getting something going, just priming really fast, run as fast as you can, and then dropping, because you can't do that over and over again. If you see, we didn't have the big open house this year. It wasn't good for our business. We had this big sale, I had a lot of energy put into it. Now we find that doing these little events over and over again, customers are more satisfied, we can impact more people, it's better for our business, okay? So we're going to follow the merry-go-round principle as we're continuing to grow, rather than try to have some big giant idea that's going to make us grow. So lately we've been talking about a process of execution called the 4 disciplines of execution, or the WIG goals. I'm going to tell you how I've seen the merry-go-round move forward. I've been going to some offices. I haven't gotten every team, every department yet, and I'm going to work on kind of learning how to roll this out, and I'm going to train some people to help me continue it going. But we have 4 things. We have the wildly important goal, and we have the lead indicators, we have a scorecard, and then we have the accountability meetings. Those are those 4 things. And the wildly important goal is different by department. In Livonia and Southgate, theirs was increase new patients into production within 2 weeks, rather than putting them off, from 35 to 60% by March 31st. For the lead indicator, that's a lagging indicator, so once this happened, you can't do anything about it, so you got to do some things in leading to make it happen. So their leading indicators were to get 75% of people on the same day mapping, to get mappings scheduled to production within 1 week, over 80%, to answer all clinical phone calls on the floor. So when the phone call comes in to the floor, a clinical person answered. They wanted that 90%. And rebook patients for their follow-up treatments, 90%. Those are their 4 indicators. Their scorecards, they made a scorecard for everybody. They were following it every week now for 5 or 6 weeks. And their accountability is each meeting that we met and talked, they found different things they could do to move the needle. For example, one of the issues was getting a person on the floor to answer the phone and training her. They did that, worked out well. Other issue, we figured out how to change the times the consults came in, because they found the consult came in close to close time. You probably couldn't do the first lead indicator, which is getting the mapping within a week, so they changed the time of consults. And that's benefited them. Well, what's happened? Well, I was there Tuesday, and they had on their 75% goal for mapping same day, they were about 82 or something. And same production with 1 week, they had shot 80, and it was like 82 or 87, I don't remember what it was. They had 100% of the clinical calls answered on the floor, and the rebook rate they really weren't sure with, so that means that's another commitment we got to do to figure out how we're going to measure that better. But the fact of the matter is they moved their WIG forward substantially. They're almost to their goal in just a matter of 5 or 6 weeks. So they increased their success about 60% in just weeks, because they continuously applied even pressure to the MerryGoRound. If they just picked one of these things and said, well, let's get mappings to 100% and absolutely just dead focus on that and forget everything else, let's do that, it wouldn't have happened, because they'd have forgot about getting people into production. Or if they figured they're going to do the first 2, and let's not worry about the answering the calls on the floor. Well, last week they picked up 8 phone calls of people that were going to cancel their first ablation or second ablation because they had questions and they weren't sure what to do. So if they'd called the call center, they'd just been canceled. They salvaged 8 patients, and we can deliver a brand promise to 8 patients. The rebook rate, we still got to figure that out. But it's a matter of continuously apply similar pressure to get the flywheel or MerryGoRound going. Apply the pressure, get that momentum going. Once you've got that smarts, you've got it forever. You can apply a little bit more pressure, fix another thing, continuously do that. The MerryGoRound will get its momentum going. If a little hiccup occurs, it doesn't stop the MerryGoRound, because you weren't burning yourself out beforehand. And in order to grow, in order to hit your goals, in order to grow the business, we got to think about the MerryGoRound, not the 5-year-old kid who's running like hell and then falling, but just applying pressure, get it spinning faster and faster. Nothing stands in your way. Growing nice and consistent. If we have a very fast growth, it's usually followed by slow growth. So we want to have a consistent growth, focus more on hitting all of our metrics for increasing the business. We talked about new patients. We got to continue to grow new patients, increasing the size of the sale, which could be from 0 to anything, and repeat customers. And that's how we'll grow the business. Have a great holiday. Merry Christmas. Thank you.